Hello, everybody. I'm Sophia Parola, host with the Garden State Film Festival, and I have the pleasure of interviewing the very talented woman behind the making of the short film Mama Drama that will be premiering this year at the Garden State Film Festival. Congratulations.
Yay.
Oh,
thank you.
I was just telling you guys before the interview that I got a chance to see this, and everyone, it is very funny. It is so good. I mean, I'm so happy I get to talk to you guys about it today. And it features all of these beautiful ladies. So let's go around and can you guys just introduce yourselves and your title in the film? Zoom's a little hard, so I just see Jolene first. So can we start with Jolene, Jen, and then move on from,
Sure. So I am Jolene Wolfe, and I am a New Jersey native. And I am Jazz in the film. I'm outside of that an actor and writer and marketer, and so excited to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Jolene.
Hey, I'm Jen. I directed the film, which lovely Jolene and Dina wrote and brought it to me. So I directed it. I have a part in the film as well. I did a bunch of the editing. You know, we wear a lot of hats. All the hats.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dina Druduva. I co-wrote the film with Jolene. I act in it as well. Jen had a part in it too. So I forgot to say that. And I'm very excited to be here. I'm so happy to be a part of the Garden State Arts Film Festival. I'm from New Jersey, and we're a bunch of women who decided to make a short film, and we had so much fun doing it. And we're so happy to be a part of the festival.
That is so awesome. I mean, I saw the film, but I did not know all of you were also behind the scenes as well as in front of the scenes. That is so cool. I'm so excited to talk more about it. So I would love just to ask you each, what was it like to, well, actually, first off, can you guys explain to everyone out there who didn't see the film what the film is about? Who would like to take that away?
Yeah.
So so it's loosely based on some drama that happened with some mom friends like a bunch of years ago. And of course, with any kind of drama, you take it and then you kind of, change it around, change the names, change the premise. And
Jolene, we could go to you since you were a co-writer. You said she was saying that it was based off of something personal drama. So I'd love to know, how did you guys start writing this? Why do you want to make it into a film?
For sure. So Dina had the initial concept. It was something that she actually went through. So kind of took that and, based off, we're all moms. So we know what it's like for that drama. And, there's this weird undercurrent when you're a parent. There's not only drama with the kids, there's actually drama with the parents. And it's so odd. And as much as we don't normally want a part of that, it does kind of creep into our lives sometimes. So it's really that odd undercurrent, but it really comes down to wanting to be accepted as a parent. Forget about the kids for a second. The parents want to be accepted in that clique. And when it all falls apart, you're like, what the heck? And that's kind of how it snowballed. And Dina's experience, obviously, it started with, but that's kind of the premise. And our kids in the film are the ones that really were, the voice of reason, and they were the bigger people. And that was really the irony of it all, is that at the end of the day, it was Dina's daughter in the film who actually said, Mom, like, what are you doing? So.
No, I definitely think that was so cool. I noticed that too. The kids were the voice of reason. That kind of was like, just ground yourself, get back to reality. It's okay. Even if you're not a mom or a kid in the situation, I think it was relatable on some level. I definitely related to the film. Everyone's been in some sort of drama, So I want to ask you all, like, how was it juggling the hats of behind the scenes and in front of the scenes? Jen, I'd love to talk to you first about directing it, and then you also had some scenes inside of it, and also you're directing, your friends and people who wrote the film, and you're the director. So what is that like, juggling all the hats and then having kind of to direct your friends in front of the camera?
Sure. Well, I knew some of the people rather well, like Dina and Jolene, and then there were some other actors in the film who I didn't know. So it was a very different dynamic. But Dina and I have worked together a lot. We actually own a company together called Mom Cave that makes comedy videos for moms. So we had like a lot of shorthand of working together over the years and how we do things. But it was their baby. It was Dina and Jolene's baby, and they asked me to direct it. I was honored. So I was constantly like checking with them. Is this how you see this? Is this how you imagined this to happen? I think a funny little anecdote is we're all kind of so busy, and I live a little farther from them now than I used to. So we actually did a few of our rehearsals before COVID on Zoom.
We did.
And we even, Dina and I screen shared while I was editing a bunch of times, and did it like virtually before COVID.
Wow. So did you guys film this before COVID, or was
Yes.
this?
Yeah.
Yes, it was filmed before COVID, and it was the first time I was making my own film. Like Jen had said, I had done like a lot of videos, and so I knew how to produce stuff, and I knew how to do simple editing, and Jen's a great editor. But when it came time for the graphics, because there's the text messaging, I didn't plan that well for the post-production, which was I think a first time filmmaker's mistake, like in the common one. So I had some people lined up, but then they kind of fell through, and then it became this whole game of like trying to find the right person, and then that person wasn't available, then the composer came on, and then he had to give me some time, and so it just kept dragging out, and it was finally finished, and then COVID hit. And so I was like, well, all right, we'll still submit, so we did shoot it before COVID.
Wow, okay, that's great. But I'm so happy you guys had a chance to get all that done, even though it wasn't as prepared as you would have liked to. But Dina, also piggybacking on what I just asked, what was it like for you to juggle all those hats, writing it, and then you were an actress in it, and then after you had to just do all that stuff? And also, I mean, your son was in the film, and I'm not sure if that was your daughter who played your daughter.
Yes. And
so
my husband
too, working with your kids on set.
So my whole family was in it. Well, my husband and I get cast as a real couple a lot. And we actually get cast as a real family a lot. So it wasn't like too foreign. I think the person who probably had it the hardest was my daughter, because it was like a lot of pressure and she was a little younger. But she did an amazing job. I mean, I'm very proud of her. But like the juggling part of it, I think, the producing and all that organizing stuff, it was a little harder because then you don't have as much time to like concentrate and focus like on your acting stuff. So a lot of it was like, I was just on autopilot with some of it, but it was so nice to work with people that I love so much. So it was great. Like, I would love to do it again. Like, it was so wonderful to be with women that are creative and talented and are kind. And I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to work with. So.
No, I could definitely feel that. I mean, the film not only came out great, but I could just feel this and even though we're not in the same room, I could feel that energy. And definitely that's great that the crew, you all trust each other and love each other. That automatically is through the film. And I would love to ask you guys, why did you want to submit to Garden State Film Festival? What does it mean having this film premiere for audiences that are tuning in to Garden State Film Festival this year? Jolene, I'd love to start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm born and raised in New Jersey, and that's where my heart is when you're born there. So I think it's the perfect place to actually premiere. There couldn't be a better one, really.
Of course, Jen. What does Garden State mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it was written to take place there. It was set there. We filmed it there. Dina and Jolene lived there. I love New Jersey. I feel like I live there since I spent so much time there. So it's just so cool to like start out the whole film festival journey in New Jersey.
Of course. And yes, lastly, but Dina, how do you feel about having this film premiere at Garden State Film Festival? And hopefully, I hope your families get to actually go to the venue to watch it.
Well, I don't know about that. I think my husband's going to come, but I don't know if my children want to come. Yeah. But it's wonderful. it couldn't have been a better. It was the first festival we got into. If it's the only festival we get into, I'm still happy. I know Heather O'Scallon, and I have a lot of respect for her. And I couldn't not submit to it. I've heard so many wonderful things about it, and I'm just so excited.
That's amazing, guys. Well, we're wrapping up on like the last few minutes, but I just love to ask you all, why is it so important for you that you think people should stay creative, especially during a time like this, and especially for people out there who might be mothers or parents or anyone juggling, families and then work and also a passion on the side of that. It must be hard to any advice, to juggling your passion.
Yeah. You can see my light just fell, but that's okay. It looks like film noir. It's film noir now. My advice is to just do it. Like there are so many reasons not to do it because we're busy, we're tired, we don't have any money, we don't, you don't have a great idea, you've never done it before. And in my experience, it's just get in there and do it. And don't be worried if you don't know how to do something, then you ask your friends, you post on Facebook and say, does anyone know how to do this effect? You look at YouTube.
Exactly.
There's no need to feel stupid. I can't do this because I've never done it before. Everybody, it's the first time for everybody. So just do it.
Yep.
And everyone has a voice, right? Like you have a voice and don't doubt it. Like, oh, I could have said like, oh, this story is a little trivial. And like, it's what's so important about it. But it was my story and Jolene's story. And we felt like we had to tell it. And it was so much fun to do. I mean, as actors, you wait around to get a job and you wait around to get like 4 lines on a TV show.
Yeah.
And that's like not why you got into this in the first place, And with technology now, you can make a great film on this. Like there's no reason not to. So just don't overthink it and don't judge it. Like just trust your story and your voice and just put it out there.
I love that. Thank you. Jolene, you want to wrap it up for us?
Sure. So I don't know if this will be backwards, but this is always behind me, which says it is backwards, but don't quit your daydream. So that's really my mantra and my, advice to anyone, whatever they're into, is just don't quit your daydream. Just keep going, keep plugging along, and eventually it'll come true.
Love that. I love that, guys. I definitely will take everything you guys just said home with me. I mean, that's such great advice, and definitely don't quit your daydream. I love that. Thank you so much again. Congratulations, guys, on creating an awesome short film. I hope people can take the time out to watch it. And this is how you can. It will be premiering Sunday, March 28th at the Berkeley Hotel in the Kingsley Ballroom at the film block of 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So hopefully you guys get to be there, meet some fans, and the audience members get to meet the filmmakers. It'll be an awesome time. Definitely a fun film. You'll laugh at it, and if not, relate to some aspect. So I can't wait to see this in person, and congratulations, guys, again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
It's me. Are we walking today?
Jean called me at work today. Apparently, some of the moms are pissed that we took the girls' phones away at Julie's sleepover.
You're so embarrassing. And all I've been doing all day is texting.